Good day, and thank you for joining us. My name is Kenny Hawsey, and I'm a tax partner with PwC, and I'm the Global Energy, Utilities, and Mining Tax Leader for the firm. Today I have with me my partner, Ahmad Essak, who is a partner in our Mozambique practice. Today we're going to focus on Mozambique in the business environment. So initially, Ahmad is going to talk to us a little bit about the life, the people, and the culture in Mozambique. So Ahmad, can you tell us a little bit about Mozambique, the life, the people, and the culture?
Thanks for having me, Kenny. Mozambique is a blessed country in all shapes and forms, so to say. Geographically, is strategically positioned in southeastern Africa, with huge coastline, great access to the landlocked countries in the region. Mozambique, being a former colony of Portugal, lots of its way of life, style, culture, in a way is influenced by the Portuguese. A rich country in terms of culture, diversity. Majority of the population is formed by women, young population as well. Its economy is mainly rural. Agriculture is our main force in terms of our economy. A country that is blessed by tremendous natural resources from gas, coal, hydro, electric power, commodities. So it's truly a blessed country in all senses. Way of life, I can say it's quite busy. In the cities, it can be quite calmer in the rural areas. Generally speaking, people are good. The food is excellent. I'm sure you can attest to that.
Absolutely can.
Landscapes, fantastic. So it's a great place. It's a great place indeed.
I can certainly attest to that. So Ahmad, thank you for those insights on Mozambique. And one thing you mentioned, there's a lot of natural resources. And what we've been hearing a lot in the media lately is about these LNG projects. Can you give us a little insight as to how you think those are going to impact the economy and the GDP of Mozambique?
It's transformational. It can be transformational for Mozambique. We just witnessed 2 final investment decisions being announced in relation to these LNG projects. One by a project that is led by Total and the other by Eni and Exxon. The third final investment decision is expected early 2020. Together, these projects account for more than $50 billion of investment into Mozambique. It's something that we have not seen before, so it's a game changer for Mozambique. GDP-wise, the first gas production and export is estimated for 2023, 2024. Growth rates are expected to be higher than 10% at that point in time. So it's really something that Mozambique is heavily relying on. But the real challenge for Mozambique after it gets off the ground is to ensure sustainability, and to do that it will surely need to diversify its economy, because currently it's heavily dependent on the natural resources.
So Ahmad, thanks for your insights around the impact of these LNG projects on the economy. Let's move to a lighter subject, tourism. We know that tourism in Mozambique is quite large, particularly for South Africa and Southern Africa. We hope that expands, but I'd love your thoughts around how do you think these projects could positively or negatively impact tourism in Mozambique?
Kenny, these projects are going to bring a big expatriate community to Mozambique. So it is likely that will influence tourism in a good fashion. Hopefully it will boost the exploration of our tourism destinations, like our beaches, our natural parks and reserves. In fact, there is not much to do, especially in Maputo, in other regions. So this is actually the attractions that Mozambique can offer. And hopefully this will allow them to spread the word and bring other tourists to Mozambique as well. But if we look at our tourism sector, it has, as I mentioned, great potential, but also lacks a bit of infrastructure. So that's something that I hope the government will be investing on to make sure that we can reap the benefits not only for the natural resources but also for the tourism industry. In terms of this incoming of expats, there is also potential for inflation. We have seen this in the past, back in 2014 and the years before that, especially, let's say, in the real estate area where the rentals were just skyrocketing. It was simply high rentals for you to get an apartment or a house in Mozambique, especially in the areas of the cities. Let's see how that is going to unfold now with these massive projects kicking off in Mozambique. It's true that now we also have much more to offer than before, so hopefully it will balance out.
So I appreciate your insights around tourism. I think that's quite interesting, and I certainly look forward to being able to do some diving in northern Mozambique. If we get back to how these projects are going to impact Mozambique, so we know there's going to be a lot of foreign investors coming in. Currently, there's a lot of manual processes and very regionalized processes. Are you aware of government initiatives to help ease this burden on foreign investors?
Indeed, Kenny. I must say that compliance with Mozambican laws and regulations can be quite burdensome, but I must also say that it's something that the government is very much aware of and is focused in relieving this burden somehow. So it's an area that we're actually seeing some transformation happening. We are actually trying to move from manual to electronic. Let's give, for example, as far as tax compliance is concerned. Currently, VAT and simplified tax for small taxpayers are actually collected via an electronic platform. It is expected that personal income taxes and corporate income taxes will also follow still during this year. Yes, tax returns, submissions are still required to be done manually. But hopefully some point in time next year that will also be able to be done electronically. And this is a trend that is not only as far as tax is concerned, social security obligations, for example, as we speak, your compliance is done electronically. Also, we are seeing same patterns as far as immigration is concerned, work permits as well, especially for these big projects. Can be done electronically. So slowly but surely we will see we converting from manual to electronic and therefore relieving as much as possible the burden, especially in a country where you have regions and provinces where you have to comply depending where you are based and where your operations are. So really looking very much forward in terms of differences when it comes to compliance in Mozambique in the future.
To me, it's quite impressive with the e-payment and e-filing processes that Mozambique is looking at. So one last thing as we kind of think about investors, what do you think the focus is going to be by the Mozambican tax authorities as we move into these investment phases? And how should foreign investors be prepared to comply in Mozambique?
First, Kenny, the tax authorities, in terms of how they're positioning themselves towards all these massive opportunities and challenges that these projects and all the others as well that will bring to Mozambique. What we are seeing is that they are investing quite a bit in terms of building capacity, upskilling their teams, as well as forming specialized units to deal with what's coming. So they are preparing themselves in a way. However, in terms of areas that they will be focusing, it will surely continue to be areas related to withholding tax, permanent establishments, VAT, applications of double tax treaty, probably renegotiation of some double tax treaties because most of them are quite old, aligning them to the current realities. And now we also have enacted transfer pricing legislation since 2018. So that going forward will also be a focus area for the tax authorities, we believe. As far as the investors are concerned, as we have mentioned, Mozambique has quite a complex framework, not only tax, legal, immigration, labor. So it's important, it's fundamental, I must say, that they seek proper guidance, proper advice of people that have deep knowledge and experience in terms of operating in Mozambique. So they must choose very well who they choose to be, who they want to be the advisors to guide them in doing business in Mozambique. That is very important.
Ahmad, you provided many great insights into Mozambique today, and that's much appreciated. As you know, I've had the opportunity to travel to Mozambique many times over the last several years, and I've already seen the development that's happened, but I certainly look forward to all the continued developments. And we'd certainly like to thank everyone that joined us today for this session. We've certainly seen a lot of great insights on Mozambique, and hopefully you know a lot more about how to do business in Mozambique.